Hello, sacred souls of the Central Sun. It's me, Maggie. Let's pause and take a deep breath. Just come into our bodies. I often have a hand on heart, a hand on sacral. And just breathe and come into this moment. That's how we center. Oftentimes we're not centered, we're all over the place. Yeah, so just take a moment to come into your breath as I bring on our guest, Crystal Brown, today. Super excited to hear from her. She has some native knowledge that she wants to bring in for us in relation to honoring our native tribes and Mother Earth. And she's a naturalist, and I'm just super excited to have her on. I've been an internet sister with her in group for quite some time, and yay, there she is. Good. I'm going to bring you on now. It's working. Yay. The odds are working, and here she comes. As we center, we also ground by thinking of our feet, our sit bones, our dragon's tail. And that's how we go throughout our day, connecting to Gaia, the elements. And it says it's adding you, so I'm being patient. It takes a little time. Hello, hello, Rachel, everyone who's here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, good. Come on now. It's adding you, so I'm going to give it a second. Internet connectivity. And so Crystal and I have been in a small sister group where, we're all mothers. We've been helping to support. We both believe in educating our youth as well. Crystal had said I didn't have an answer from you, so I'm going to do it again. I think you have to click to accept. There you are. Yay. Hi.
Great.
I knew it would work out for us.
The struggle for a second. Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can hear you wonderfully. And
Okay, good.
so, yeah, welcome.
Thank
And
you. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy to have your energy with us today. And what I love that you've put out there is your singing.
Oh,
Uh,
thank
and is it a water chant that you also do? A chant for the waters, or
Yeah, I
um,
mean there's several of them, but
mhm, mhm,
yeah, there's a water song and a fire
mhm.
song and a song
And
for just for fun and play and all sorts of
that's
songs.
yeah. So there's ways of connecting that are also very spiritual, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about your background. Now, I know you're in California, and that's where
Mm.
your tribes are from. Can you explain
Yeah.
a little bit?
Yeah, so I'm up here in Northern California and you're down south, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm up here in Lake and Mendocino counties, which is like near um the coast of like Fort Bragg. So we have lots of redwoods up here. But I'm originally from the mountains of Butte and Plumas County,
Hmm.
which is over by like Chico area, Sacramento Valley, the Great
Yeah.
Valley we call it in California.
Hmm.
But I migrated over to the coast and the redwoods when I was like 18 years old. So I love it here. Beautiful.
Oh, I've been up there. It is magnificent.
Hmm.
It is ancient.
Yes, and yeah, it drew me in time and time again when I was a child and a teenager, and I just haven't been able to leave. I love it
Oh,
here.
that feels so
Great,
good. I can just feel that. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
great
like
place to.
everything is prehistoric, like you expect a dinosaur to pop out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the leaves are huge. I mean, everything's
Mhm.
giant.
Yeah, it's
Full of
old, very.
full of fey energy, full of
Yeah.
natural energy. So
Hmm.
how would you teach kids to connect to that?
Mm, Just honestly, to be honest, they teach me because kids
Mhm.
are naturally present, and just bringing them out there and allowing them to play and safely, and
Mhm.
allowing them to lead themselves and lead me, like that's the most profound thing that you could do for them, for us, for each other.
Mhm.
Just allowing them the space to be themselves and to be free and to be playful,
Mhm.
in that
That's-
space. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that a lot with my kids when they were young. It's so important. And
Hmm.
they're very connected to the 4D still. They can see into
Oh
the other
yeah, totally.
worlds. Yeah,
Yeah.
they know where to
They
go.
bring me into that space more,
Mhm.
than I do. When they get
Mhm.
older, like teenagers, then we have to remind them and bring them back. But
Mhm.
um, yep,
So
depending.
true. Yeah, as humans, we start worrying about human things
Yeah,
and we forget to play and be in nature. And yeah, nature calls you like a
always.
pull
Yes.
when you're out of alignment and
Hmm.
spending too much time in boxes and on
Yep.
technology. You'll start to feel it, yeah, from within. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I
And
think,
so,
and the boxes give us safety. They always have, right? The shelter that we built around us, it gives us safety, but we
mm,
definitely get caught up in it sometimes, and it's important to get back, get outside and play and be.
definitely to play,
Yeah.
yeah. And so, throughout time, how have your tribes evolved in California, like since your grandparents, and what's the differences you've seen in the generations?
It's huge. My great grandmother was from Plumas County, from the Woodleaf area, and I mean, obviously they were a lot more connected. Their homes were created from nature, and I guess uh, everything that we did was like our medicines that we took or were from the plants. And
Mhm.
how has it changed? I mean, a lot has happened. Like we've been moved around a lot. We were pushed. We used to have we used to have a lot of small clans all
Mhm.
over the mountains, but then of course, through pushing everybody onto reservations, and then the forest companies took over the woods for to cut the trees down and for lumber and everything like that, and mining, gold mining. And so we haven't been able to go out to our certain spots that we stewarded for thousands of years for
Mhm.
cultural practices, because it's illegal now in a lot of places. And so we've been fighting really hard to preserve those sacred places so that we can continue our cultural practices. And it's extremely important for our mental health, um, and just for the preservation of our natural resources for everyone, not just natives, but for
Mhm.
everybody.
Yeah,
The water and everything.
yeah, all those blessings.
I don't know if that answered your question, but
It did, it did. Yeah, so um there's a lot of places then that aren't getting that sacred energy, of
yeah,
course.
the
As
connection.
oh, and
Yeah.
then um have those native ways then also changed in the present
Hmm.
with your present generation so that they're
Yeah.
not learning those ways?
Um, we're still learning, absolutely.
Mm.
We're 100% still here and still teaching our cultural practices, but they have changed. But that's
Okay.
natural. That's
Mhm.
natural for cultural practices to evolve and change. So it's
Okay.
okay.
Mhm.
We have to adapt to life, and life happened, like that's what happened, and we're just adapting to it. And so we don't use the same materials all the time because they're not as readily available as they used to be. We use different kind of materials, and we use fabrics instead of, buckskins and things like that, if
Mhm.
that's what you mean. As far as, but we still teach um, how we still use basket material like redbud and willow and sedges and things like that. Those are really sacred, important plants to us. They always have been. And those are plants that we fight really hard to preserve and take care of. And so that we can make our baskets and those, and being able to teach that to our kids is really important, because that is what is going to keep their relationship with the natural world alive. And by keeping our relationship with the natural world alive, then it causes us to be passionate about our stewardship.
Mhm.
And that stewardship is important, because the earth would, we would lose our water and our trees, our oxygen, everything, that the
Right.
basic things.
Right.
And so,
Yeah, so I homeschooled my kids, and I told you I have some native Cherokee. I think there's a lot of Cherokee, right? But I do have it on both sides. My
it's a
grandpa
pretty
was
big
very
nation.
Cherokee.
Yeah.
And, and so I got into the Lake Chumash tribe that's on the
Oh
coast
yeah.
there in Central
Hmm.
California. They had a whole homeschool curriculum. And so I did teach my kids like how to make acorn pancakes
Hmm.
and, cattail stuff and
Yeah.
weave. And yeah, I think everyone really needs to know these native ways and come back
Hmm.
to that. We
Yes.
also learned from naturalist Rachel Carson.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you've ever studied her and
No,
read
I haven't.
her books. Um, but yeah, getting back into nature was just so important for me to teach my kids as well.
Mm.
Um,
Because
is there,
we are.
is there anything you recommend that we can do today to help support this process and bring energy to the lands? As
Um, Honestly, it's just as simple as just being present with yourself, because we're a part of the ecosystem, and I think that we've kind of lost that understanding, but that's wisdom that's inside of each and every one of us. It's
Mhm.
still there. It's just, buried underneath this kind of like monarchy mindset that came out, I don't know how long ago, but so just being present with yourself and understanding that you're a part of the ecosystem, and figuring out your place in
Mhm.
it, in the circle of it, and understanding that we as the human race are not superior we're not above anyone or anything, that we're a part of it. And just to go out and just be with it and be with yourself, and um, feel whatever it is that you want to feel in that space. I mean, a lot of pain, and you're going to feel a lot of pain and grief in certain areas, because a lot of bad things happen. That's just the truth. And but it's important to feel it all, so that we can heal
Mhm.
that place, to acknowledge what has happened. If you can go out to your local areas and learn about where you live, no matter where you are, if you're in Europe or Australia or wherever you are in the world, learn about that place and learn about the truths about it, if even if it hurts, and sit with it, so that you can help the process of healing that place in yourself. And
Mhm.
that can do a lot.
Oh, that's so
That's a
nice.
good place to start.
Yeah, yeah. Um, because nature soothes us too, number one. Even the frogs bellow and being by water, that has its own energy as well as getting
Hmm.
in water.
Yeah.
Um, where I'm going to go hit the rocks of Joshua Tree tomorrow, and that just has a
Yeah.
grounding bzz type of energy, that
There's
just
so
helps to,
many. Yeah.
yeah, they all have different energies. And what I teach
Yeah.
in my dragon classes is that we have all those elements within.
Hmm.
And yeah, we need to connect to that. That's
Yeah, because
beautiful.
the relationship that you build, we build relationships with certain areas, because like what you're saying, there's might be this river or creek that is just like really calming, or maybe there's a river that just lights you up and like, gives you that intense energy, or and all these places that you create a relationship, you begin to fall in love with life, that life source energy that we all have anyway within us, and that we forget about. And when you strengthen that relationship again, then you're more likely to want to protect it and keep it sacred. It becomes sacred. It is sacred.
Yes. One of the things I like to do is go to the waters and bless them in my way, which is going to include, Reiki and channeling, but also I'll charge with the love and blessings, little seashells or little miniature
Yeah,
crystals and throw them in.
that's beautiful.
Is there anything else you recommend around that?
Um, I think this is like the sort of the theme that the thing that I keep hearing is just to play.
Mm,
To
mhm,
play. And I mean, it sounds so simple and just
mhm,
trivial, but it's really powerful to
mhm.
just be in a state of mind where you're just free and
Yeah.
playful, in that space. That it can do a lot for that space and for yourself,
Oh, yeah,
for your
absolutely.
health.
I had
Yeah, just
always taught the
getting put.
kids that, yeah, that's fairy energy, because when you feel happy, gleeful, joyous,
That's a natural
it's
state of
fairy
being.
energy.
Yeah,
Oh, that's our natural state. I love it. Good. It's beautiful.
powerful.
It really is. Is there anything else you want to share with us about being a naturalist and what you want to bring forward into
Um,
the world?
yeah, so at this point, I'm in just like sort of a learning phase. I just got my certification, and oh my gosh, that was rough because you learn a lot of truth about, I learned a lot about California and how hard California is taking a hit right now, the natural world, and so it's really sad. And so mostly what we're doing for our tribe right now is we started a program where we're teaching whoever wants to join, like sustainable practices. We're trying to recover from the wildfires.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the projects we're working on, like in the local community. And then just we're still in the beginning stages of healing and bringing back cultural burning, which was something that we applied fire to the land a long time ago
Right.
to help keep it healthy. And so that's, I guess that's what we're doing, and just trying to reestablish relationships with the land again by hopefully allowing, we're fighting to get uh, pieces of land back. We're buying land back so that we could begin stewarding again and bringing that back to our people.
Oh, that's
And
wonderful. Can you drop some of those links of information and
yeah, for
donations
sure.
in this live?
Yeah,
That
for
would be
sure.
great. Um, yeah, every little step helps,
Yeah, it's
Mhm,
yeah, it's
mhm,
a
and
long
bringing more
process.
awareness to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of times we don't hear on the news, and even if we listen to the
Mm-mm.
news, right, these issues that are
Mm.
occurring in our
Yeah.
communities.
It
Yeah.
conflicts with the societal agenda.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yay, and I'm super happy that you are, leading the way, that
Well,
you're
thank you.
a way shower for this movement.
Yeah, I don't
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
feel like I've done a lot. I'm still, like I said, I'm still kind of, we have a conference coming up for the California naturalists, and I'm learning herbalism. So I
mm,
haven't actually gotten out and actively started teaching yet, but I'm building that, you know,
hmm
right now. So the curriculums and everything like that.
that was my first love. My very first business, I formulated teas. That was part of my degree. And I just sent little tea bags out in like Christmas cards. And from there,
Oh,
people started ordering and it became
wow.
my
Yeah.
business, you know?
Yeah.
So you never know,
My
right?
cousin just opened up her an herbal shop, so I don't.
Oh,
She hasn't started anything online yet, but if you're in the
mm,
Orville area, that's the word.
oh,
Red Bud
wonderful. I'd
Boutique.
love to come up and visit you. You bet. We could hike.
Yeah, well, it's beautiful down south too. The desert is
Mhm.
beautiful. It
It
really is.
really is.
Yeah.
There's so much to it. So much
Yes.
diversity too. Yeah.
Hmm.
Good. It's so amazing to have you on. Is there anything else you want to share with us before we
Um, no, I don't think so. Go outside and have fun today. Enjoy
yeah.
the.
And I look forward to collaborating you in the future with some children's programs. You
Yeah,
know,
that'd be awesome. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
I really feel like that's where we're heading. Our youth
Mhm.
is
Yep,
what's paving the way. Yeah,
absolutely.
we're just setting the stage. Yay! Oh, wonderful. Please, yeah, check in with Crystal and the links and just really start tuning into native issues, everyone. And bless the lands. Get to know what's around you. Get to know what you can eat. Literally, what is
Right.
edible in your neighborhood?
Mhm.
That's a really
Yeah,
big unit.
eat local and get to know the local indigenous people and
Mhm.
what they're fighting for in that local community for sure.
Absolutely.
'Cause it benefits everyone.
It really does. Oh, good. I love that. I get tingles. I love you. I will chat
All right,
with you
thank you.
soon. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the
Namaste.
space. I love you
Mm-hmm.
guys.
Love you.